Today we're talking about how to look for a job search advice, if you will. I have recently gone through this experience and I feel like I have a fresh perspective on how to look for a entry-level job in information technology. So let's get right into it. Now, if you are looking for any advice on resumes or cover letters, please go back and watch the previous video that I did giving some advice on resumes and cover letters. And if it's still in the month of May 2023, I'll even take a look at your resume for you if you like and give you feedback for what it's worth. When I made that video, I was unemployed. Since then, I have found a new job. Hooray! Yay! That's great. The problem for most of you is probably that you have no experience in information technology. That doesn't mean you don't have experience that's related to the job that you're applying for. A lot of us in information technology end up starting in Helpdesk or IT support. Call it what you will. You're answering calls and you're fixing problems for users. If you're in this position, I would advise you to use the strategy of quantity over quality. So we got our resume, we got our cover letter. Now we're going to use the power of the internet to spam the entire world and let them know that we would like to work for them. So top 3 places you're going to want to look for a job: Indeed, LinkedIn, and ZipRecruiter. A ZipRecruiter, I feel like, is the 99-cent store of job applications. It's literally the easiest platform to apply for things on. One-click apply. Are you authorized to work in the US? Yes. Are you willing to undergo a background check? Yes. How many years of notable asset inventory management do you have? 0. Done. Applied to that job. And some of them are literally one-click apply. I don't know why it says one-click apply because I had to click like 5 times. But the point is, you can get out so many applications on ZipRecruiter. And I definitely encourage you to utilize your search engine optimization. So my profile is already geared towards me, and they also have an application on your phone. So if you have like severe dissatisfaction with your current job, I don't recommend it, but you'll probably find yourself on your phone looking for other jobs while you're at work and applying to other jobs. And they give you a really nice synopsis of the jobs here. So you can see full-time benefits include dental, medical, vision. Compensation is $23 to $25 an hour, right? And then look at key responsibilities. Look at qualifications. Do you meet these qualifications? If yes, apply. If no, still apply. Just apply to everything. See what you get. This could be written by someone that is not even in IT. This could be written by somebody that is not responsible for making the hiring decision. Don't be intimidated by a qualification that you don't meet. The worst thing that's going to happen is you're not going to hear back from them. Just don't set your hopes on it, but just keep moving and just keep applying to more jobs. Search engine optimization. You need to be creative with the things you're putting in here. Obviously, you can start with information technology support and look for that. And as you apply to jobs, the algorithm will give you better and better options. And I would scroll down every single one of these. And the only reason I wouldn't apply to a job is if it was a commute that I knew that I wouldn't want to make, or if it was compensation that was too low that I knew I wasn't willing to accept. Basically, you're just applying to everything. If I'm definitely not qualified for something, I'm not going to waste my time and theirs. 12 years IT experience or something, I'm not going to apply to that. But if it says you need 5 and I only have 2, I might apply to that. You can search, based on remote opportunities only. I wouldn't recommend that for your first IT job. You can search based on distance. They have all the standard filters. Okay, that's ZipRecruiter. Moving on to Indeed. Indeed is well known, I think. So obviously you want to upload your resume to all of these job posting websites, because if you fill it out once on that platform, you can easily post it to a ton of jobs, and that's what makes it so easy and simple. So definitely make sure you write your resume first, and then you can easily copy that stuff in there. And then if they do give you an option to attach it as a file, you have it saved as a PDF or whatever. I feel like Indeed is a nice middle ground between ZipRecruiter and LinkedIn, with ZipRecruiter being like the quick and dirty and LinkedIn being the like posh, pristine, kind of more refined job search platform. Quick note on recruiters. So if you see a job application and it says, something about a third party, or it says something like, we are posting this job for an unknown client, or like it's anonymous who the company is. That just means that it's posted by a recruiter. It's not anything to be weirded out about, just something to be aware of. Your first interview will probably be like a phone interview with the recruiter. And then basically their job, they get leads from companies who say, we need a help desk guy and we will pay you $5,000 to find us a good help desk guy. We don't want to pay our HR people to find a help desk guy, so we'll pay you. And then a lot of times that company, is specifically like they know IT. So they're going to find a better help desk guy than that company's HR person would find anyway. So that's why it makes sense to have that relationship. Anyways, if you get called by a recruiter, don't get weirded out. They're actually gonna help you. They're gonna try to sell you to the company, because if you get hired, they make money. So they have a really high incentive to make sure you get hired by that company. I will add one caveat with that, is that they might make the job sound a little bit better than it is, or they might try to sell the job to you just like they're trying to sell you to the company. So just take what they say with a grain of salt and realize that they're kind of on your team, but they do have an incentive for you to take the job. So I would say if you're someone who easily gets pressured into things, just mentally prepare yourself to say no. I did turn down a couple jobs, and one of them was an offer from a recruiter where I was feeling pressured into it and I didn't really think it was a good fit, so I just went ahead and turned them down. Actually, I asked for more time to consider the job, and he said, basically, if you're not sure about it, let's just not do it. And I said, okay, that sounds good. Recruiters are out there. They're not evil people, but they do have a motive that could work against you. Quick note on ZipRecruiter, I forgot to say, they will tell you if people look at your application. So that's kind of cool.
Wow.
Just to give you guys a quick idea of how many jobs I applied to lots and lots of jobs, like 86 jobs in 1 month. And out of that, I got, 10 interviews or something like that, and a couple of job offers.
Wow, incredible.
So just to give you guys an idea of the quantity of jobs you're applying for. And like I said, the only jobs I wouldn't apply for are if I was like extremely underqualified, or if the compensation was too low, or the job was too far away and I wasn't willing to make the commute. So apply for 80 jobs, you'll get a job. Phone interviews. Always be ready. Once you put out all of these applications, you're going to have people cold calling you, and they might be a recruiter or they might be from the company, and they might phone interview you on the spot. So be ready. It's kind of impossible to do research on all the companies that you're applying to if you're applying like I'm telling you to apply. So if they, like, I had one guy who called me and he asked me, what made you want to apply to this job? And I literally had no idea what job it was or what company it was, and that's the job that I ended up getting, actually, that I'm working now. That made me realize that you need to be ready to answer those phone calls. But a lot of times the first call, it's just it's very brief, or it's to like set up an actual video interview or in-person interview. Speaking of interviews, I will be releasing a video soon on interview advice. This is the job search advice. I hope that this has been helpful. If you guys have comments, questions, differing opinions, feel free to post them in the comments down below. If you like my content, please subscribe. I do stuff on IT stuff. One final note that I will add is don't freak out and don't take a job that you don't like the sound of just because you're freaking out. In other words, be patient. If you're constantly putting applications out there, you will eventually get hired. And the good news, if you're looking for your first IT job, is that there's a pretty high turnover for help desk type jobs, because most people want to work in those types of jobs for as short as possible and then move on to the next thing. So they're opening up a spot for you. If you keep on applying, eventually you will get those calls, you will get those interviews. And if you want interview advice, check out my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.